welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. Last time, we went through the rest of the Deepwood Shrine and fought a green chew. It wasn't a giant green chew, it was just regular size, which is kind of unusual. This time, we're gonna do some side questy stuff before moving on to Mount Crenel. I am Swiftblade, finest swordsman in all of Hyrule. You train with me, I guarantee that you will increase your skill dramatically. So, would you like to train here? We shall start with the most basic of all techniques. I shall teach you the spin attack! First, press and hold your sword button. Second, build up enough power. Third, release your destructive might. That's all, young swordsman. You understand? Aha, very good. You're a very quick student. But one must feel the technique, not just hear about it. That's why I will now possess your body so as to demonstrate the technique. I call this the Swiftblade possession technique of training. Watch this. Possession! That's not spooky at all. Now you must try it yourself. Press and hold your sword button, build up enough power, and release your destructive might. That's all there is to it. So when the sword sort of flashes, just release, that's it. Yes, fine work. You're a quick study. I will now give you the Tiger Scroll. If you forget the technique, you can review it with this scroll. You may view it any time from the quest status screen. Well, that was underwhelming, wasn't it? So now we have that. Also notice that I've got some rupees off screen. Actually, also found a kinstone off screen. So I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, you can only fuse with people with like hearts over their heads, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so what I wanted to do is this. Only 80 rupees for a wallet. You can hold a king's ransom in rupees. This will increase your rupees from, I think it said 99, the guy I was looking at said 99 to 300, so it's actually worth it. So yeah, that's pretty worth it. Okay, so up here we have the little marketplace, and this is actually looking really pathetic because of how dilapidated this one place was. So let's help him out. Let's just do this. Clean it up a little bit. Oh look, it's Postman. I think that's all we want to do here. No, actually no, duh. We have to get the heart piece from earlier. Because we've used kinstones, so we need to actually go get that. So it's down here, from what I recall. You can look at the map to double check. And there's also another one of these little stone things. You have to actually look at them from the front, apparently. It's very picky. That stone marker crumbled, and there's another of these symbols. You know, no matter how many times I see that happen, it still rattles me. And that's not that. That's actually Link's house over there. Just want to point that out. I think it's this one? Yeah, it's this one. And we get another piece of heart, as I said. So that's number 5. So back to town we go. Rolling all the way. Also, just there's a cat. I just wanted to point that out. There don't seem too many cats in Hyrule. The only 2 games were Twilight Princess and this one, I think. Mostly they're just dogs. Maybe cats are easier to animate. I would not be surprised if that was actually the reason. Just because cats are easier to animate. Oh, so you've learned the spin attack? It's still dangerous, but maybe you can handle it. Let's see how you do. Show me that spin attack. This doesn't actually hurt the guard, just saying. That's the one. There's still monsters out there, kid. Just make sure you're careful. So, we get to go to the Trilby Highlands. There's some sort of Keaton-looking thing. I almost said fox, but I was like, nah, it's probably a Keaton. Okay, up here, there's not much we can do, so let's go this way. We are now at the Mount Krennel Base already. This is kind of the equivalent of like Death Mountain. So that's kind of strange that we're already here. There aren't that many dungeons, to be fair. Throw. Okay, so in here we have another business scrub. So let's do what we did before. I do like how they brought this mechanic into the 2D realm. Okay, you got me. I'm making up by telling you something good. A friend of mine in a cave just east of here in Triple Highlands has an item. If you're planning on going to Mount Crenel, I think you might need it. I won't get you to the top, but it might just give you a start. So that's a hint. We need to go back to the Trophy Highlands then. Seems like we were here only yesterday. Slight problem. I don't know where it actually is. Where the thing is that we're looking for. So, oh, you can pick these up. Well, that solves that mystery. It's probably down there, isn't it? Okay. So down there we go. Huh. So ladder. Oh shoot, we can't do this yet. The little glowy spots are basically spots for like an endgame item. So we really can't be here. Can't go left right now. We can only go this way. This is why having multiple item slots would be really handy. Okay, you got me. Let me make it up to you. You can have this most deluxe of all bottles for only 20 rupees. Yes, we actually need a bottle to get through here. So that's kind of reminiscent of Wind Waker, actually. Needing a bottle to get through. I keep hitting B, but B isn't back. It's only start that backs out of the menu. That's really confusing. That's way more confusing than it should be. So now we need to find water. That's another problem in itself. If I go down here, can I do this? Oh, that works too. That was easier than I anticipated. So back to the Mount Krennel Base, we can use the water on the vine, and voila, we have a route up. Music even kind of reminds me of a teensy bit of Death Mountain, but just slightly off. Tektites really give the Death Mountain vibe. And the falling rocks doesn't hurt either. You guys out, and rupee. We are quickly running out of bombs, so that's a slight concern. In other games you press A and then, you press the action button and then you press R to drop it, so that's why I keep doing that mistake. I would pick up one of these fairies in the bottle, but I'm not sure if we actually need an empty bottle for later on in this place. I don't even know if you can catch them in bottles in this game, or if you need a net to do that, because sometimes you need a net. Can you climb? Nope. I guess we're stuck going this way then. Oh, that actually hurts. That's interesting. Huh, I did not remember that actually hurts to touch that. I guess those must be like spider webs or something, or Tektite webs, technically. Not spiders, because there aren't spiders in this universe, per se, except Gomas. I actually wonder if Tektites and Gomas are related somehow, but I don't actually know. There's a whirlwind, we can't do anything about that. Another bombable spot. If I hadn't wasted so many bombs earlier, we would be in much better shape right now. Keys. Piece of cake. To defeat. So launch ourselves over here, and more keys. Keys are just bats. Fancy word for bats. Come on, go up the thing. Okay. These guys are armored. Once you pull out their iron masks, those guys are no trouble whatsoever. So unlike other games where you need the hook shot, you actually use the gust jar, which is kind of unusual. You can actually kind of ignore him, to be honest. I think I might be actually kind of going a little bit out of order. Red shoe. Huh? Of course, how silly of me. Hey boy, jump into that whirlwind over there for me. I wonder if is this a great idea or a terrible one? I would bet on terrible, personally. Actually, no, that's actually rather effective. Somehow, that works. Yeah, I think I skipped something. If I did, we'll have to go back. Because there was one place where we could shrink earlier on, and we kind of walked right by it. Yeah, certain notes in this sound kind of Death Mountain-ish to me. There's kind of recurring undertones. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I do seriously feel like we skipped something based on this guide I'm sort of looking at right now. Oh, no matter, we'll get it all done eventually. Ow, ow, ow. Not as soft of a landing as with those mushrooms. So this perfectly normal looking stone was another portal to the Minish world. There may be other rock portals. Keep your eyes peeled, boy. I hit R when I was trying to just hit R to roll. Yeah, that's the problem with having like no buttons for anything. Actually, I'd be down for Minish Cap getting a remake. Cause it could deserve a remake. It was released under really bad circumstances. It was released at the very end of the release of the 3D. It was released at the very end of the Game Boy. It was like 2005. So the DS came out that fall. Wow, there's life for Krennel beans. The blue beans grow when you pour water on them, but green beans like Mount Krennel mineral water can only be found in the spring closer to the base. So that's kind of a hint that we actually did kind of miss something. Just kind of trot over here just to make sure we're not missing anything over here. And we have a little labyrinth. Guess these must be like fleas or something, or mosquitoes, because of how small they are and yet how big they are when we're a Minish. Yeah, Minish Cap was very overlooked because it just came out at a really bad time when everyone was sort of getting hyped for the DS. And then Minish Cap got kind of left to the wayside, so it's kind of a typical thing for Nintendo, it seems, to sort of release big games at the very end of a console's lifespan and have them be totally overlooked. Case in point, Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles was released like in 2011 in Europe, but I think it was 2010 elsewhere. So we have this ominous pathway here that leads somewhere. At least a giant bean. But again, as we heard, we can pick this up? Really? Okay, I'll take your word for it, game. Dodge all y'all. Ow. I think getting a bean dropped on you would, like, kill you when you're this small. I mean, you'd think it would have taken out the enemies. So this bean is humongous, but we need to take it and put it over there. I think we took damage from that, because we fell down the hole. I feel like some of his voice clips are from Wind Waker and others are from, Ocarina. It's kind of an interesting mix. No, again, I may just be mishearing. There are also several heart pieces on the mountain, I know that much, but I don't actually recall where they are. Oh, that's the business scrub we fought earlier. What's in here? And this is how we kind of got up there. So we have to go down this way then. Gotta be something over here. Oh yeah, we did go over here, did we? Beware crumbling walls, blasting strictly prohibited. So I'm taking this as a hint that there's something right here. And I am correct. You kind of learn to read the signs in Zelda games eventually. Okay, so... Okay, one more. Come on. Done. Climb up, and we can shrink again, but we are out of bombs, so that's kind of a problem. Is there anywhere where we can get bombs other than the shop? Huh. Actually, what happens if I do this? Oh, this animation also takes forever. That's another complaint I do have, is the animation for shrinking does take a very long time. Like, excessively long. Yeah, we need bombs. Let's go back to Hyrule then. Yeah, there don't seem to be many random drops, period. Like, I barely have gotten even any hearts from random drops. So I do feel like the RNG, or random number generator, for stuff like dropped items, is also kind of lower than it should be. I mean, it's not like the end of the world or anything, but it's just, it feels excessively low. Like, you have such a hard time getting anything. It's like a hero mode run in another Zelda, where it's like, oh, the amount of random drops is decreased, but it's just naturally like that for Minish Cap. Like, none of those had any items, so that's kind of a shame. No climbing, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely where we need to go over there. I wonder if this guy also sells bombs now, come to think of it. Okay, nope. There's gotta be a scrub somewhere that sells bombs. Actually, I think I passed one, never mind. Cause there's one that we passed by but didn't talk to, that must be him. The back we go up the mountain. And I think it was not, it wasn't here, was it? No. It was down a ways. It's also unusual for a bottle to actually be required in a 2D Zelda. That's actually not too uncommon in 3D Zeldas, but in 2D Zeldas this is a tad more rare. Yeah, I don't remember needing a bottle for like Link to the Past or anything like that. Please sell bombs for a reasonable price. Shoot. We need 6 more rupees. And that's another problem. Like I was saying, it's like random drops are so rare. It's like, when was the last time we got like a random rupee drop? So I think we should cut here actually and resume next time where I actually have bombs and stuff. So next time on The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap, we will be back to Mount Crenel with bombs. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for some more The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap.